Glenn here from The Runner, and today we are going to review the HOKA Carbon X 3. So this is the third iteration of the Carbon X series. It's a neutral road running shoe. It's got a carbon plate, and HOKA actually market this one as their endurance racer. Coming in at a weight of 221 grams or about 7.9 ounces. It's priced in Aussie dollars at $299 and $200 US. I haven't found it heavy at all, but it is heavy compared to its competitors. 7.5 out of 10. This is way overpriced in my opinion. 6 out of 10. So for the upper here, we've got a thick engineered knit. So it's nice and light and flexible through the toe box and also through the sidewalls here. But the rest of it is really thick and it feels like canvas. It's not very compliant and it's quite rigid. The heel counter has got some rigidity there, but you can push it down if you put some force on it. What I do really love about the heel here is this little elf heel thing. I love that on shoes. We've got some padding inside the heel counter itself, so it's just a moderate amount of padding. If you can see in there, it's two little pads, and they do their best to provide a lockdown in this shoe. However, the lockdown in this shoe is not great. So I first initially tried it on with thin socks. That did not work. I had slippage everywhere no matter what I'd done to the laces. I couldn't get a lockdown. I tried some thicker socks on. That did the trick, but the lockdown's still not perfect. So the tongue is also integrated into the shoe, so it's one piece. It's a booty design. So the fit here is loose. I don't really like the knit. I could have went half a size down, and this is actually quite wide for a HOKA. It's not all doom and gloom for the upper. I actually think it's one of the best looking shoes out on the market. However, performance wise, who wants a big thick knit on a race shoe or a endurance shoe? Certainly not me. 6.5 out of 10. So in the midsole here we have got ProFly X, which is HOKA's compression molded midsole. We've got a stack height of 36 in the front, 41 millimeters in the rear, giving us a 5 millimeter drop. Inside the midsole we've got a full length carbon plate, which makes this shoe super stiff. And we've also got a early stage meta rocker, so meaning that the rocker itself is back towards the midfoot itself, so it's not too aggressive. So the ride is firm. It may look like it's got a lot of cushion here, so it does have a lot of cushion, but it's far from soft and squishy. Again, very firm ride. It's not super explosive, but the best thing about it is how efficient it actually feels. So I was pleasantly surprised, and it actually was, I could actually feel that it was energy saving. So I thought to myself straight away this would be a great long run shoe. However, I was a little bit worried, could my feet handle how firm the ride was for all those long miles. I don't rate this midsole foam combined with this carbon plate. It's far too firm. However, I do love the geometry. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Right, we've got rubberized EVA on the outsole here. Not one piece of hard blown rubber, and thank goodness for that, because if this had some hard rubber on the outside, it would make this ride even firmer. So it's a nice soft compound rubberized EVA. However, the durability goes down really fast. So you can already see that I've got some crazy wear just up in the forefoot here and then back here, and also on the midsole. It's got some flex grooves coming across the midsole here that try to give this shoe a little bit of flexibility. However, it's still super stiff. You can see in the rear there, it's got you can see the carbon plate through there. It is exposed. So this rubberized EVA, it's pretty good in the dry, so it is quite grippy. It's not too bad in the wet as long as you're not going on some mossy stuff. It's fine. But what it does, it's taking the sting out of that really firm midsole, taking the sting out of the road, which I'm actually kind of glad for. You'll have to use this shoe sparingly. 7.5 out of 10. Right, best shoes for this one, for me that's standing out straight away, is the long run. I've given it a few good cracks at some long runs, and I have enjoyed it. My legs did eventually get used to the firmness, so definitely tick for a long run if you can handle the firm ride. And also I'll give it a thumbs up for some tempo work. It's not explosive responsive, so I wouldn't race in it, and it's way too firm for an easy day or a recovery day, and it's not going to last very long if you use this thing for a daily trainer. So this shoe is going to be best for those people who don't mind a firm ride out there on the road. So a lot of people out there don't like the new super foams. They're not really squishy things. So if you don't like that and you want a carbon plate shoe, have a crack at this one. But just be warned, it's not going to last very long. The outside's going to wear out really fast. So overall, first feel, I didn't like it. I was really worried about how firm it was. Really efficient shoe, and I did enjoy most of my runs out there on the long run once my feet got used to it. It's not setting the world on fire. Unfortunately, it's not going to make my rotation. It's just far too firm for me, and it's not what it like. It's definitely not a super shoe, and it's overpriced. So I can't give it a buy, but if you like the firm ride, then you can consider this one. Okay, so all you HOKA fans out there, put your comments below if you aggressively disagree with me on this one. I know there is a lot of HOKA fans out there that actually love this Carbon X. However, it's not for me. Apologies for that one. Throw your comments below and I'd love to check them out. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen here today, don't forget to subscribe and give us a like, and we'll see you next time.